Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we just set up at our campground here in Athens, Alabama. It's about 17 miles from Decatur, Alabama, which is where the next Bassmaster Open is going to be on Lake Wheeler. Really excited for this tournament. This campground was, one of the only campgrounds that I could find around here that actually had some sites. But it'll work. It's a little bit weird. I actually have to do this backwards because it's a one-way street, and usually I like to have the boat closer to the camper. In fact, usually I like to have the boat on one side of the camper, especially the side with the awning, but they requested me not to drive on the grass, which I am happy to oblige. So it'll be a nice camping spot for the week. In fact, what I might actually do, because we're so close to home, what I might do is after practice, so next Wednesday when we have to get off the water at 1, I might actually come over here, put the camper back on the truck, and just hook up at night. So just instead of just leaving it here until I'm ready to go, just go ahead and keep it on the truck for the tournament. So whichever day I end up ending the tournament, which will hopefully be the third day and final day, I'll just take off and head home. But anyways, guys, really excited about this tournament. Wheeler is a lake that I don't have a lot of experience on. I fished one tournament back in 2012 out there, and it was phenomenal. I mean, it was fishing really good. It took like 16 and a half a day to get a check, which is insane weights. Even for the TVA, those are really, really solid weights. I had like 16 and a quarter a day, so I missed a check by like 10 spots or something like that. It was crazy. But I just mentioned that because Wheeler is definitely a lake that is a little bit of a sleeper. It's one of those lakes that, man, it can be really, really on. And from what I hear, Wheeler's actually fishing pretty darn good compared to the rest of the chain. So like, for instance, Pickwick, last Saturday, a BFL was out at Pickwick, and it only took 7 pounds 10 ounces. Half the field zeroed, and those are just insane low weights for the TVA, especially Pickwick. You might expect that from some of the other TVA lakes that fluctuate a little bit more from time to time, maybe like Watts Bar or something like that. But Pickwick, come on, 7.5 pounds a day, or a little bit more than 7.5 pounds to get a check. That's pretty insane. But so I don't know exactly what to expect. We're not seeing a whole lot of current on the chain this week, or we haven't. We're gonna start seeing some more consistent like rainstorms in the afternoon, so that may change things a little bit, and they might start pumping some current. But as of right now, very little current. So, and as you guys know, TVA lakes, it's pretty important to have good current. Otherwise, you're just, the fish aren't that active. But anyways, for practice, I've got a couple things that I really want to focus on. And I'm trying not to get too crazy and get out of my lane on this one. I really want to just focus on a couple different primary patterns. Obviously, check a bunch of different spots, but really focus on 2 primary patterns, and we'll kind of get into that as we go through the whole process and I start eliminating water. Yeah, I just want to kind of keep things simple this week. It's the TVA. I know how to catch these fish out here. I'm not the best on the TVA. I've only been living on a TVA fishery for 6 years now. So I still have a lot to learn, but I feel like I'm pretty adequate with TVA. I've had a lot of top 10s in the last 4 years, so hopefully I can kind of apply those things that I know about other lakes on the chain to Wheeler, which is a different lake. So I don't want to get like have too many preconceived notions during this week. But anyways, can't ask for a whole lot more. I've got a comfortable campsite here. It seems pretty quiet, pretty safe. That is like the first and foremost thing when you first get to a place, is to have a good campsite where you can keep your boat and truck on the site. I'm almost to the point where I can't do that on this campsite, but we just got that much room to play with, but we did it. Anyways, let's get this week started. Let's get back on track as far as points for the EQ. That is the main goal, but it all starts with just trusting the process, going out there and figuring things out. So that's the plan. I'm going to have a good time, really get out there and try to be creative, but also, you know, focus on things that I'm good at. And we'll see how it goes. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Make sure you keep up with all the action this week. Of course, we'll be doing all kinds of videos throughout the week. So you guys will be able to know exactly what I'm dealing with here on Wheeler. So let's get this next Bassmaster Open started. I'll see you guys out on the water. Trust the process.